Hello, this is Lisa Hazard and Misty Lore with the podcast We're All Psychic. Today we have a crazy topic, but we have a wonderful guest. Her name's Marla. Hey, Marla, would you like to say hello?
Hey, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Marla, Misty, do you want to ask Marla the question?
Oh, can I?
Yes, you can.
Okay. All right. Marla, do you think that we're all psychic?
Oh, boy. Well, we all definitely have intuition. We all have psychic hits. Some people are, let's say Celine Dion, she's born with that voice, like a purebred racehorse, and then other people can just barely hold a tune, but they could get better if they took lessons, so like,
oh, I love that. Never heard it that way.
I found out that I'm not a purebred racehorse when it comes to singing. I'm, I tried
Me
it. Either. So we all have our intuition that we came in with and we can develop. So, and that's what I had to do. I wasn't born, I wasn't one of those psychic people seeing dead people or anything. Although I did see one when I was about 2 or 3, I did see a spirit guide in my bedroom and it had little things happen, but I loved everything psychic and magic. And so I developed it.
Was it around you growing up?
Well, when I was this is my first experience that I remember. I was 2 or 3. I remember laying in my bed in the bedroom alone. It was in the middle of the night. It was dark and it was hot. So I was laying on top of the bed. I wasn't under the covers and I was facing out. My bed was against the wall and my body was facing out towards the middle of the room. And I opened my eyes and I saw this black figure. It was like a humanoid figure. But I couldn't see any features or anything. It was like all black and kind of smooth. Like I couldn't see any hair or any, and it was just there. And it started what looked like doing deep knee bends in front of me. And I was just like paralyzed, like what in the hell? I was like, oh my God. And I was scared. I just laid there and then looking at it. And then I closed my eyes. And when I opened my eyes again, it was gone. And then through a channeler recently, through a channeler who brings in a spirit guide, I asked, who was that? And he says, that was one of your guides. It was a temp. And it was attempting to clear out. You had like an ear infection and it was clearing you or something. That's what it looked like when it was moving.
That is so crazy because my daughter just went through the same thing.
So many people see the spirit guide as a black shadowy figure.
Well, I called Lisa not too long ago and I was telling her that my daughter saw this. And she basically told me the same thing. And I would have guessed that. That's crazy.
Yeah. That's usually how they first appear to people as children, or even later in life. They'll appear as a black figure, like just a black figure, like you said.
But it's scary.
Smooth. That's a really good
scary,
word.
Though.
Smooth. It is scary, but like the second and third time people see them, they're not as scared usually because they've been told what it is, or they see the real thing, its real form, whatever it wants to show itself as. So that's what my experience has been. So that's cool. So you developed it. What kind of path did you take? Did you go to schools or study it yourself?
Yeah, I noticed. So I was always into metaphysics and stuff, but in 2013, I had this big 14, I had this big spiritual awakening where I was really diving deep into all things more like the crystals. And I would go to channelers and pendulums and the Ouija board and all these things. I tried everything. I wrote a book about it called The Buddha Made Me Do It, a field guide to life.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's mine now.
Fun. So fun. The Buddha made me do it. So when I I got certified in crystal healing, and my teacher says, well, you can add Reiki to it, I thought Reiki. Oh, I should, so then I went and got certified, got attuned to Reiki to the master level. And then I got some other energetic attunements by some other people. And I noticed with these energetic attunements, that opened me up more where I could hear like I could channel like automatic writing. So I met my spirit guides on the talking board, or people call it a Ouija board, but a talking board. And I met them there. They spelled their name, came connected. And then I was able to channel these messages through and type up messages for people. And I started just charging $15 for a reading for somebody. It was a mini reading. I would just type up whatever came up. It could be 1 paragraph, 2 paragraphs, whatever, 3. And I'd send it to them. And I got so many validations, people, giving me feedback. Oh, okay, this is great. This is great. And then I kept doing it. And then later I charge 20 and then 25 and now 30. I do now charge $30 for a 10-minute recorded reading, and I'll just see what the guides say. And then I wanted to use, so a psychic told me about 3 years ago that I should be reading cards, and I had my angel cards and stuff, but tarot. So I started learning it. I always felt it was too daunting to learn all the 70 cards.
It is so intimidating.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So I just got, started learning. I still don't know every card in-depth meanings, but I get the messages through, it's a tool. The cards spark that psychic message or impression. And I mix different oracle cards with, all of that.
Sounds like Misty.
I love to mix them up. Isn't it fun?
It's just coming, it just comes as you work it.
Yes, exactly. It's so true. Marla, listeners and Misty listeners, Marla, everybody, we are going to have a controversial podcast now. Everything's not fun anymore. We're going to talk about serious stuff. What is going on? What is going on with the world? Why is the world collapsing? What is happening? Marla got on here, met us on Zoom, and she says, what's going on with the world, basically? And maybe we should talk about it. From a metaphysical point of view, everybody's lives are just crazy right now. In our field, working as readers, professional advisors, and psychics, and anything in the field, we're hearing it a lot and we're going through it ourselves. Right. So what do you feel like, Sco? Is there something cosmic going on? Is there something global going on other than a pandemic? I mean, the pandemic's certainly pushing some buttons, but what is going on? Now, the astrology said this is going on because we need to, according to the astrology I've read, the astrologers I've read, the earth needs to go from a different kind of stability to a new kind of stability, because that's basically what I understand this astrology is about. The basis of our stability in our cultures all over the world needs to be changed and updated the way, the foundations, the structures of everything is kind of how I see the astrology happening. So right now, everybody's just getting rid of things, maybe, or people, or something like that.
Cleaning
a lot
house.
of purges, getting rid of cleaning out cities, man. People are excavating, moving, going to other planets. So what are your thoughts on this, Marla?
I'd like to go to another planet. Well, right now,
me too.
A lot of darkness, a lot of the Illuminati, shall we say, or the people, the globalists, the elitists that are taking over, and we see, and it's global, it's everywhere. So all these mandates and forced vaccinations and restrictions and tyranny, and it's really I see, but people are rising up. They're not, trying not to put up with it. There's a lot of manifestations in the streets, big people coming out and saying, you're not going to force us to do this. We have our sovereignty. So I feel a lot of it is even realizing that we can't, like the mainstream media is not our friend. It's all, telling us, implanting things in our brains. We've got to start thinking for ourselves, deciding what's good for our bodies, what's good nutritionally, what's good should our children be learning, what should we be, how should we be taking care of ourselves? How should we be taking care of the earth? Are the friendships? It's uncovering a lot, right? It's uncovering, it's almost like I see this till like get in the dirt, like a farmer, and you're seeing these worms come out. It's like everything, the light is shining on what doesn't work anymore, where we need to stand up and be sovereign and make our own decisions. I feel like humans, and especially in our culture, we tend to, as we see, calling into psychics, we tend to want somebody else outside ourselves to tell us what to do or what to do to fix it, right? Instead of going within and making our own choices, what's best, instead of saying, oh, well, they said it on the TV that I should get this third booster or what, or they said that I shouldn't go here. They said, wait a minute, go inside. If that's what you feel is right for you, great. If it's not, great. But what do you feel? Not just taking everything at face value. And I think that's something that's very important. And when the people call in for our reading, for our advice, for our insight, our psychic insight, I'm sure you ladies like to do this too, is you like to kind of lead them. Okay, this is what the energy is. This is what the cards say. But what is it that you feel and want for your own life? Is this, will my ex come back? He beat me up and he's living with another woman, but is he still thinking about me? So wait a minute, how does it feel in your body, to consider that? So I think there's just so much going on, so much purging, divorces, friendships being released, people moving, like you said, moving to other places, losing jobs. Or having to give up a job because they don't want to do a certain thing, or maybe that job is no longer there, and trying to get creative. So some people have become psychic readers on hotlines or different things. And I recently purged and gave away 27 bags of stuff to the Goodwill. 27 bags.
That's
How big
good.
were they? Were they the hefty cinch sacks?
They were just the garbage bags that are with the brown.
The big ones, the big
huge
huge
brown
ones.
garbage bag.
Okay.
From the grocery store.
Well,
So
okay.
things that I never shopping bag, and I never thought I would release, but I released. For example, my father passed away. I was very close to him. He passed away in 2001. I had his bathrobe and I wouldn't give it away. But then I was looking at it. I said, oh my gosh, it's been 20 years. There's a hole in it. It doesn't fit me. It's a piece of material. I can release this. We get attached to objects, to things, to places.
We do.
And can we release a little? And I think also this upheaval in the world is asking, can you release that friend or that relationship that no longer serves you, that bathrobe, that, knickknack, that whatever, trimming down on our bills. How much do we need to save or spend anymore? And it's just having us look
at the stability. It's the foundations. The foundations are being shook up, and we got to change them, is what the world's saying. Whatever.
Yeah.
What
have you been releasing, Lisa? What have you been releasing?
A husband.
And, how long were you married?
I was married 11 years. I'm still married. We're going through the divorce right now. And I lost a friendship for now. We might make up. I don't know. We've done this before. And I live somewhere else. I had a family. I have 2 stepsons. They're my sons, but they are grown. So, they're 18 and 22. But I don't live with them anymore. So I kind of miss them. But
you only look about 22.
I'm 46.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I know, she doesn't look like it.
Computer screen. It's a crappy. You'll see me on the new computer.
Yeah, it's not. Lies.
And I've talked about this on the podcast before, but I used to have really bad agoraphobia and I couldn't go out. In 2018, I was able to. A friend I made on Instagram gave me a 20-minute reading, and now I was no longer afraid to leave the house ever.
Wow.
Since then, and I haven't been. So I was excited when I got a job outside the house. Like I always worked from home since 2006. So I was like, I'm going to go get a job as a reader at a shop and do it. I loved it. And then COVID happened. So I didn't want to, I don't have the same opinions you do as far as COVID and the vaccine. I don't want to work around it. And I just I can make just as much money at home, and I wanted to be safe with other people and everything. So that's what I decided to do.
Yeah, I work at home too.
Yeah. But now that I got past that agoraphobia, I was ready to go do stuff and see things but I'm kind of like, well, it's not really worth the risk, but some things are. I'm going to Nashville next week.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So some things are good.
How long have you been a reader?
I have been doing professional readings probably for money, since about 10 years, 12 years, something like that. But I've always been doing readings. I started with palmistry when I was 15, but I never did it. I never believed in this stuff. I mean, I thought it was cool and I wanted to know about it. And then it hit me like a truck, like I'm standing in the road and your psychic truck came and whacked me in the head. And then I was crazy for a while because of it.
So you had this big awakening that just happened.
It wasn't really an awakening. It was slow and gradual. It was on and off. My interests, I had, like you said, you have to look into it. You have to develop it. And my interest came and went. So whenever I had the interest, I'd work on it. But when I didn't have the interest, I'd do whatever else I was interested in. But with the energy work, it kind of for me, the more I've worked with it, it goes into everything I do now. It goes into my jewelry, it goes into my food, It goes into my showers, just energy work, magic, whatever energy, if I want to change my mood or my environment, I'll burn some sage, light some candles, play some music and dance, and it works. It works. Like it actually works. So, I mean, that's one way, like, I think we could talk about for the listeners, ways to relieve the stress we're going through with all these losses and like all these, like, the tension in the world right now and the way people are angry. There's a lot of anger. There's a lot of pain everywhere and everyone can feel it. How can you not when you work in the energy field? Everybody's feeling it. And that's why I think a lot of the stability, like everybody's looking for some kind of new way to stabilize themselves.
I've been crying a lot, just a lot.
Oh, me too.
Oh my God, crying. But I think we've got to, as light workers, we've got to hold that frequency for the planet because we're going through this big awakening, this big birth. It's like we're going through this big shift and so many things are going to be changed. I think, we're not going back to how everything was. Everything's not going to be going back. We'll be going into a new way of being. And it hurts. We're used to, humans don't like change that much, really.
We're like cats.
Yeah. I'm good. Even if it's not great, I'm good the way it is because we know it, and that's why it's hard to let go of relationships or exes, or it's just so hard. But sending light. If everybody could sit there for 5-10 minutes, whatever, a few minutes, and send bring in light into our bodies. Surround ourselves with the golden light and bring beautiful rainbow light into our organs, and then send light out to the whole planet and to everyone. And so if the more people that do that, I think it's going to calm down that energy, raise the frequency. And that's something that if you feel helpless, like I'm like, what can I do? I can't do any, physically do anything, but I can work with my energy.
Can you explain what holding space? And by the way, the rainbow all through my organs, I felt that it hit me like really good. I was like, ooh, rainbow organs. I like that imagery a lot. You had said the rainbows all through your organs, the rainbow colors, and I just felt that so strong. But I forgot what I was about to ask you. I got feeling the organs still. Yeah, how would you describe that to the listeners? What does that mean?
Is just getting very calm and centered and grounded, and then you hold space for. So let's say I'm talking to you and you're going through a divorce and you're crying and you're talking and then so I'm holding space for you. I'm sitting in that beautiful energy and just allowing you to release what you need to release or share what you need to share. I'm not trying to tell you what to do or this or that. I'm not imposing. So you're just holding that space for for you to go through what you need to go through. And so we can hold space for the planet, for the people to go through what it needs to go through, the cleansing, the awakening, the purging, the whatever, the ranting and screaming. We can do it too. We can do our own ranting and screaming into pillows when we need to, right?
Oh, yes.
That's where our power as light workers, as medicine women, as goddesses, everybody has that. I'm talking about women, but men too. Every human holds that beautiful light frequency, but we've just got to tune into it and realize we have it, and we can blast that out to everybody, and then hold that space.
That's perfect. I wish everybody could do that. I was watching. I watch Pamela Gregory.
I've heard that name.
She's an astrologer, and I watch her YouTube. She started posting a lot of YouTube videos recently. She pops up on my YouTube. Oh, she did one video and she talked about holding space, and she gave up her breathing technique. I'm not going to do it because she does it much better. I'll look her up, Pam Gregory on YouTube. I don't know which episode it was. I'll put it in the description of the podcast. But she I just watched this about 3 weeks ago, and I've been doing this breathing technique, and it has changed like a lot for me. I've been able to calm down really fast and easily. And what it does, I can't do it. I can't describe it the way she did. I mean, she did it so perfectly. But it just really connects you to everything. I'll send you a link as soon as we're done. Okay. The whole podcast, I mean, the whole YouTube video was wonderful. All of hers are. But that technique, I've sent it to several clients because it works for me. And you don't have to do hardly anything but breathe and count. And it's just the way she describes it really makes sense, because when you exhale in the breathing exercise, you pause and you just feel the moment. But the way she expresses it, the way she puts it into words, you just exist in the moment. You just feel so good. It feels like really good, peaceful. So I would recommend that to people. Just breathing, that one in particular really works for me.
Beautiful. Yeah, breathing's so important. We breathe so shallow. If you know,
I do. Her technique is like you don't have to start out with deep breaths or anything. You just sit there and barely breathe if you want. It's like you just have to listen to it. It's so good. But it does help. But she was saying, like, what if everybody did this at the same time? On the whole planet. Be like, everybody would feel good for a second. Maybe something would happen. I don't know.
Well, I'll pull a card for everybody who's listening. So
listeners, this is a collective card. Yes, thank you.
This is
no one's ever done this.
Yeah, this is a Starseed Oracle. So if you're listening to this message is for you. A new Earth. It's happening. Vision. Oh my God. See, everybody? So
what timing is that?
Yes, we have to hold that vision of a new, instead of saying how shitty things are, because you're in a city, you see all these homeless and tents and garbage and crime and the lockdowns and this, and you lost this and your friend won't talk to you. And, so it's like, so instead of looking at, oh my God, look at how shitty this is, we're going to hold that vision. It's happening for a beautiful new Earth, that everybody's going to come together, and that there's going to be this awakening and opening. It is everybody, the spiritual teachers that I follow do say that things are going to ramp up and get worse before they get better, but we're going to get through that tunnel. We are going to push through, and we have to just know that, we're in the middle right now, but there's a light at the end of that tunnel, and we're getting out the other side.
Yeah. And it's going to be a totally different world and a new one.
Yeah.
The new is what everyone's scared of. Everyone's afraid of new, but new is exciting. Let's change our mindsets, people. New can be exciting. New friends, new husband. No, just kidding.
Maybe at some point, right?
I don't know about that.
It's painful. It's painful when a friend decides not to talk to you anymore.
Yes.
When you're splitting up, it's just like blood and guts crying, and it's the worst thing. But we just got to hold on, and this too will pass.
But like you said, keep that eye on the light at the end of the tunnel. If someone leaves my life, another person will enter it. If someone wants to come back, they probably will, friends, it's just, I think a lot of us are facing a limit as to what we will put up with. And a lot of my clients and friends and family are coming to these places where they're like, I got to change something, because I can't take it anymore. It's like where they were getting, like, for me, it took a long time to get to that point because I'm slow. But, some people are like, they're hitting that wall and they want an answer. They want to know what to do. They don't want to change anything, but they want to know what to do. And the thing is, they have to change something, the way they think usually,
Yeah. And so many beautiful new friends came into my life when 3 of them left, but then some new ones, that are totally on my frequency. And
hey, I'm a new friend.
Yes. So great. Yes. And people who have more in common with me, the same interests and the magical stuff. And it's just so much fun. It's been great. Like
you need more friends. Where can listeners hear you, like find out about you and get to know you?
Yeah, go to my website. Yeah, my website is Marla Martenson, MarlaMartenson.com, marlamartenson.com. And I have my readings on there. I'm a matchmaker. I'm an author. I have 4 memoirs.
She has a podcast.
Sorry, and a podcast called The Mystical Matchmaker, which I'll have to have you come on, Lisa.
I would love to.
And, I've got a YouTube channel, so everything's there. Go ahead and go there. It's a lot of stuff. And then I'm on Everclear, which is a psychic hotline, and I am Marlena on there, Marlena, and then I'm on Purple Ocean. But you can just go to my website and get a reading.
After the podcast, you can send me all links, and I'll put it in the description. And speaking of Everclear, I do want to thank our sponsor. Everclear is our sponsor. Everclear is they are an advice app where you can get your advice from psychics and empaths. And the goal is
Everclear is great.
Oh, I love that place. They want you to get the clarity you need to create the life you deserve, and you do get it there. It's a wonderful. They have a great attitude.
great attitude, and you get some coaching with the readings in a lot of cases. It's not just like you get some action step. I like to give action steps or something that people can take some action on their own and to go away with, as well as some insight.
That really empowers people when they have like something they want to do and they're given like you would give them like a kind of like homework, and then they can do it, and then you're like, I was able to do that, and I can do more.
Recommending a book or something that I like to do that too. Yeah,
that's a good idea.
It's great to go and get readings, but sometimes I think they'll spend too much money on readings, and like calling the same question, and they'll call like 10 different, on different apps and different people. And I'm like, oh my God, you're spending hundreds and hundreds to get these, it's going to be, Colette Baron Reed calls it oracle abuse.
It is oracle abuse.
Well, this reader told me this, and 3 other readers told me that, and you're telling me something different. So I think like readings are great, of course. I mean, but get it and then let it integrate and see before you ask like 5 other people the same question.
That's good advice. I know a lot of people who do that. They seem like really lonely to me, and they can't stop obsessing, and I understand that. I have an obsessive mind too. And so I just keep it to myself usually, but I think that's what they're doing, is they really want to talk to somebody about it. They don't care how much it costs, and
that's okay if you just want to talk, but
some people know. Some people are like trolling the psychics though. I mean, they'll call us and they'll call another person, leave bad reviews. I mean, it does happen. But there's so many, like for every one of those, to me, it seems like there's 600 of just regular people who want a reading, other than the one who pops in and just wreaks havoc everywhere, they go. I don't know why those people do that. Do you? Because I don't.
I haven't had one of those yet. Thank goodness. I don't know. Some people are just not so balanced, I guess, or don't have anything, just like other people going on different YouTube or whatever, and they're writing horrible things or book reviews. They have to write something nasty. It's
they just want to. The trolls. Yeah, they are trolls. They like doing it.
Keyboard warriors or something. Keyboard whatever.
Critics.
Hiding behind there. Yeah.
Angry, gonna get you with their capital Z.
Exactly.
It's a good time. But and is there any last advice you'd like to give the listeners while we're going through this chaotic time, and give them a light at the end of the tunnel? Maybe you got one for them.
Yeah, take care of yourselves. A lot of people will say, "Oh, just stay in and eat macaroni and cheese and have some wine." You know what I mean? Just take care of your body, take care of your vessel, pamper yourself, take a nice bath, a goddess bath, or get a massage or a mani-pedi. Treat yourself, because a lot of people, I think they remember the COVID-15, I gained 15 pounds, 20 pounds. There's no really need to be stuffing our faces anymore. Just get out.
The new normal.
You can't go to a yoga class in person. You can put it on YouTube and get it to a free one in your living room. There's things we can do. Walk in nature. That's what I do a lot of. And make some, green juice, or just try to take care of yourself as much as you can. And that's going to carry you through. Because if we're already frustrated and depressed, and then we have like our pants don't fit either, that's going to really make us depressed, right? So,
right.
Like, God, now I got to take these to the Goodwill because I can't fit into them.
And I have to buy new clothes. And I can't go shopping for them. I have to buy them up.
Right.
Marla, I have really enjoyed talking with you. It's great having you. And after I listened to some of your podcasts, I was really excited to have you. So thank you so much. And listeners, go check her out. Check out her podcast at least and get a reading from her. She gave you a reading already. She told you there's a new world coming.
A new world.
New Earth.
One other card popped out, and it says activated earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. So just trust where you're led. A lot of people are moving as well. So if you feel led to move to somewhere else and that's in your gut, trust where you're led. Find your tribe.
I'm feeling that right now. I kind of want to move out of the state, but I'll have to think about it. Thank you for that advice. That's good advice. And listeners, thank you so much for listening as always. And Misty had to pop out, so she won't say goodbye. She had a mysterious event. We won't let you know. It's a secret. So you have to be psychic and figure it out. Thank you for listening. And Marla, thank you again. Everybody have a wonderful night. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.